Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of V-Time, episode 22. We're recording this a little bit late, but also posting late, but it doesn't matter because Jesus Christ, the leaks have been weird.
And a lot of them, too.
Yep. So we're going to be talking a lot about his wife.
Yeah.
Simple, straightforward. You saw the thumbnail. Like, there's nothing more to talk about. But we're also going to be giving our opinion a little bit on the ban list. A little bit. We're going to give you our opinion on the V cards. We're going to cover, and for the most part, that's going to be it. So strap yourself in. Our episode, watch it, listen to it, do whatever you want with it. We're going to go straight into it. But before that, if you're interested in buying any cards from TCG Player, please use our affiliate link down below. Purchases through this link will support the channel so we can bring more great content straight to you guys. So, with that scripted part of the way, let's go straight into it. Connor, take it away.
All of these are hard to pronounce, but I'm so excited. We're going to start with Grade 0 Sealed Blaze Dragon Arhinsa?
I am not helping you one bit.
There is no helping.
I wish I had some popcorn right now just to sit here and watch you struggle.
A lot of struggling. Normal starter things, Grade 0. When it's rode upon, if you went second, you draw a card. Looks great. Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. On for the Grade 1 for the ride line. Sealed Blaze Dragon Namorkar?
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Auto, when this unit is placed on Vanguard, writing from Seal Blaze Dragon, the starter, cost Soul Blast 1, search your deck for up to 1 Seal Blaze Sword. Seal Blaze Sword Prithiv? I'm not even sure anymore. There are H's they're not supposed to be. Or Seal Blaze Shield Swyanba. Reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck. And auto, when it attacks, it gets +2 until the end of the battle. I'm going to hate reading the rest of these. It's supposed to be auto rearguard, isn't it? Yeah, only on rearguard it gets +2k.
Hey, grade 2.
Hey, I can do this one. The Grade 2 for the ride line, Sealed Blaze Dragon Halabadra. When this unit is placed on Vanguard by writing from the Grade 1, choose an arms card from your drop and put it into your hand. And then auto, rearguard, when this unit attacks, if your Vanguard is armed, this unit gets power +5k until the end of the battle.
Now, me enjoying the show of him reading these cards aside, yes, it says correctly armed. So basically the way his wife is going to be working is she will be armed with some nifty orders. And we're going to show you exactly how that looks. But let's look at what the orders first are.
Sealed Blaze Shield Swyanba. I think I got closer that time. Left Deity Arms. So it gets placed on the left side. Sealed Blaze Maiden Bavsargra. After being played, the specific Vanguard arms it. If a new left Deity Arms is armed, put this card into the drop. So one at a time. You play it with a counterblast 1, and then once per turn, when the unit armed with this card is attacked, that armed unit gets power +10k until the end of that battle.
Yay! So
I've been calling it a tink, and it works well.
It's basically a 10k shield in your hand every time you're in the every turn.
I like that it doesn't have to be walked to like the first battle or something, which was a fear I had. But this is just a great card. It does everything you've ever wanted.
Now, to clarify, it is a once per turn for people that might still not know. Any effect that says once per turn may or has a cost, the effect can be triggered at any moment the player wishes. If it doesn't have those 3, then it's a mandatory when the condition is met, you have to use it. In this case, it has a once per turn, which means you can choose when to use it. You don't have to use it on the first attack always. With that clarification out of the way, time for the other one.
Seal Blaze Sword Prithivi? This sucks. Right Deity Arms. So we can... I asked for this. I literally asked for this.
Yes, you did.
Right Deity Arms. So same thing, but on the right side. Play it with a cost Soul Blast 1. When the unit armed with this card attacks, that armed unit gets power +10k until the end of the battle. And at the end of that battle, if your opponent's damage zone has 4 or less cards, cost Counterblast 2 and put this card into the drop, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and deal 1 damage. Amazing.
Yep.
Everything I've ever wanted to do. You PG'd it? No, you didn't. It's great.
So one thing to immediately note with both of these is they get equipped to your Vanguard, the specific one. We'll get to her here in a second, but they get equipped on the left and the right side. So you can have be equipped with 2 arms at one moment. There's still orders, which means you can only play 1 order a turn still. You cannot double arm the Vanguard in 1 turn. You have to prep it. So you can choose between the right arm with the sword or the left arm with the shield.
Another turn 4 deck, but a very good one.
Yes. Now let's see what the wife does.
Oh. Seal Blaze Maiden Bhav Sargra. I can actually say that one. Auto once per turn when this unit is armed. Soul Charge 1. Choose a grade 1 or less card from your drop and call it to rear guard. And then act once per turn. If this unit is armed with 2 or more cards, costs Soul Blast 2, retire all of your opponent's front row rear guards, and this unit gets critical +1 until the end of the turn.
Truck.
Oh, a lot of things to do with that one. Once you've got both, you blow up the front row. She's double crit. Even if they PG, here's one from the sword.
Yep. It's basically rewarding you, and yes, Soul Charge is a cost. It's basically rewarding you for playing a card, because if you play an arms, equip it regardless, you're getting benefits from it, but you're also wasting a card from hand. Her ability just gets you, hey, I know you took a card out of your hand to arm me, get a free unit on the board.
And you have a lot to choose from in Dragon Empire, which
Yes.
is very nice. I had trouble building the deck, picking what all I wanted in there.
Right now, the deck is very vanilla because of all the support and nothing works with her. So we're going to have to wait till boost set 4 for her actual support to see, because we also get the gun and the spear and we get all the other things, and we'll see what kind of deck. But right now, you guys already saw our video. Hopefully, maybe we'll see.
Go watch it.
Yep. Where Connor uses it. And so far, she's decently strong already. Just you need to know when to use the sword and when to use the shield, and
Timing is everything.
Yep.
But what's great about her is that her support can only make her better, but her mechanic is terrific. She does. It's a little bit like Godfather. She does what you want the deck to do on her own.
Yep. Now, there's a couple of things we needed to clarify immediately, and I'm going to put, hopefully there's English versions of pictures. If there is, perfect. If not, this is the way it looks whenever she's armed. The arms don't go to the rear guard circles. They're just next to the Vanguard, just like Legion. There's basically extra Legion. Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Legion Plus, you are right.
Yep. And there's a couple of things to note immediately with her and her interactions, because it is a new mechanic that we've never seen. Like, we've Legion before, but we've never Legion with orders. So first thing to note is when you Persona ride, the cards armed on the previous Baba Sagara is still armed with the new Vanguard. Likewise, if you ride a Vanguard with a different card name, the arms are actually sent to the drop zone because they can only be equipped to the specific Vanguard. Already mentioned the whole shield activation once during the turn. You can activate it at any time you want. When you play a Deity Arms, you place it in the Vanguard beside the Vanguard, similar to Legion, like we mentioned. And arms are still a normal order card, so normal order playing rules still apply, which means you can only play 1 arm a turn. So, simple, straightforward. It should be simple, straightforward. Yes.
There's no real complicating it.
No.
Once you know how the deck itself works, it takes care of the rest of the job on its own.
Pretty much. Anyway, with Connor's wife out of the way, now we can move on forward to other things. So, disclaimer, they're starting to show Shaman King. And as much as I do like Shaman King, there's not much worth mentioning. There's a lot of stuff where you got the actual them and their spirits, and if they're in the same column, they do stuff in the start deck. And we've seen some cards from the actual booster set, and this is all fine and dandy. But we got a lot to talk about, and this is not that much important. The only thing I do want to mention that's kind of an interesting fact is the Shaman King trigger lineup, which is just normal vanilla triggers. They have the reminder text, but as you can notice in the pictures, they got 6k power. And that a bit concerns me, but we'll see how that goes down the road. That is the only fun part I wanted to mention.
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't realize it at first, but when you mentioned it, it helps just a tiny bit with numbers.
This could... the implications there could be very widespread and unknown, so I'm not going to even touch on it. We're going to get the Shaman King reveals next week a little bit more, but we got a lot of other stuff to cover. For instance, now that we got Overdress out of the way, Bushiroad decided to every day, I'm not even joking, every day leak a little bit of V Premium of V Clan Selection Volume 3 and 4. And we've been seeing some of these effects. I know we're going to go from the top, and strap yourselves in because there's a lot. Oh boy, Connor, you ready for this?
We're not kidding.
We're going to go one by one. one Yumi, one Yumi, and all that. And perfect start. We're gonna start with each of our own. So I'm gonna start off with Spy Brothers and all the new Dudley, new beautiful cards. So first off, well, only one Dudley, but still, Machine Gun Gloria is back. I'm gonna also pull up a picture, and you can see Dudley, Lucifer, Reverse, or Dudley Emperor, not Lucifer. Sorry. Regardless. Each of them have also the description behind them of what they're going to do. So, Machine Gun Gloria, after the boost a rearguard, put the rearguard to the deck. Draw a card, and it becomes a rearguard after guarding, so it's useful offensively and defensively. So she'll probably replace herself, get you some more hand power, and be a good guardian that can be put on board and be prepped and ready for your next turn. Overall, a really good effect, if it is what it is. We'll see the actual nuances. Then you got Agile Fullback. During the turn it is placed, it can attack from the center back row rearguard and can call a copy of itself from the deck, putting itself to soul. So you got more multi-attack with multiple callings. My already prediction is the fact that it can be in the back row center. You're going to want to put a force marker there to help it hit, because I doubt it was going to get any power. Maybe you're going to have Emperor on the board to give it power. We'll see. Because now we got Great Demon Emperor, Dudley Emperor Reverse. The skill to continuously call allies and attack during the battle phase is still present, and every time a rear guard is returned to the deck by cursing, I'm gonna assume locking, another rear guard, it gains a massive power up. Aim for the overwhelming formation by sacrificing allies and end up with an unmatched blow. So this is gonna be very interesting to see how it plays. By locking your own rear guards, you're gonna be bumping up your other rear guards.
Nifty.
Now, one thing to immediately note, the fact is that in the end of the turn, the cards that you locked are going to get unlocked, which means that you can save some of your units on the board. Because one of the things about Dudley's right now with V-Clan Selection 1 and 2, they're either coming out in English soon, and that I think came out in Japan already, is that the Dudley engine is very much so, my board is here, my board is swinging, my board goes away. To the bottom deck specifically. Very anyway, cool. Your turn.
Oh, golds. Hey, grade 1 White Lion. When its attack hits, it can add multiple grade 3 Ezels to hand. That sounds fun. Bagdamagus is back. I love his name. He gets more powerful for each Ezel in your soul. In addition, if you have a grade 3 in soul, it can battle many units.
Yep, because you got Wonder Ezel. He's a grade 2, so technically he counts as an Ezel.
That's really good. And Grand Ezel Scissors, the grade 3, supports all Ezel up until now. By gathering the power of Ezel, the lion breaks the curse, I'm assuming, locking, and weaves a new future. So, unlocking, what he did before.
Well, yeah, 100% what he did before. I feel it a little bit weird, and I want to see where they take it, because yes, we're getting the reverse units, but all the reverse units lock their own stuff from previous reverse units and what we've seen just from Emperor. And the only actual units that lock your board is one deck, and that's called Chaos Breaker. Technically Link Joker, but Messiah still just locks itself. It doesn't touch your board.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
The fact that it's breaking the curse of lock is either going to mean that it's the only matchup against Chaos when they lock your stuff. Of course, Premium, I'm not counting that. That's self-explanatory. Or it's going to stop the reverse units in Clan Selection from doing their full shenanigans somehow.
I imagine there would be a cost to it, but that could be powerful in its own right.
Regardless, I want to see where they take this. It's going to be very interesting, because just the descriptions themselves are already proving very interesting for the decks. Anyway, we're going to move forward. Connor, you take this, because you're a Dragon Empire main.
Now. Dragonic Lawkeeper, a grade 3. You can suppress attacks by temporarily binding rear guards during your opponent's turn, then power up your allies the more open circles your opponent has. That sounds powerful.
Yeah. We'll see how they actually do it, but yes.
Yeah, no, that sounds fun. Blazing Flare Dragon, another grade 3, has a skill to retire rear guards by soul blasting any number of cards. If you soul blast 5, then not only the rear guards? Wait.
It's probably going to hit the hand or something.
I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Maybe even the Guardians.
Ooh.
So, I know this is V, and this sounds like a really good effect, but I'm already imagining a premium deck with Eugene in this. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
That sounds fun. Anyway, yeah. Dauntless Dominant Dragon Reverse. Put Put a carved drive checked as a locked card and get an additional drive. At the end of the battle, sacrifice the placed locked cards and question
Do
mark.
more?
Ride from Dauntless Drive Dragon and aim for a large number of drive checks.
Yes, the original Dauntless Drive Dragon has the ability that at the end of the battle that is swung, you can discard 3 cards from your hand to restand it. I think there's other conditions, but that's the gist of it. And it keeps its twin drive. So you're not you're minus a bit, but not too much. The big thing here is the fact that whenever it's ridden on, it gives its own effect to the thing on top of it.
Oh.
So that's why it's one of those things like if you ride the reverse, it's not only going to restand, but if it really is gaining more drive checks by locking your own stuff, this can get very stupid out of hand fast.
That sounds terrifying. I'm going to be honest. I
I can't wait. Anyway, here's some hubbub and a new Lord and Savior. Shout out to Solemn for this one. Great Nature. We finally got our Lord and Savior back. Coiling Duckbill. Jesus Christ. I can't help myself. Anyway, his apparently new effect is going to be added to hand when discarded from deck, which means whenever you play the lottery, you can kind of get it back. And then when your other Vanguard is retired by your card's ability, you retire this as well to draw a card, which in my ears sounds like big belly good shit. Then we got Guardian of Truth Locks. It's a grade 3, support a wide range of grade 3 units. So for every Great Nature deck, I'm going to assume. And then put a lot of grade 3 units into your deck and activate powerful skills. So depending if this is a Vanguard or Rearguard ability, again, this is big belly ears to me because if you have a grade 3 in Soul, you go stupid with big belly. So I want to see what this actually does. But now we have the actual main unit, quote unquote. Battler of the Twin Brush Polaris. It's a grade 3. It gives its own power to its allies. When the power after giving it reaches 50k or more, stand it. If it reaches 70k or more, shit happens. Sharpen the blade of Polaris. So this is gonna be very interesting to see where this deck goes.
Those are some numbers, and it's got a nice wide variety of stuff. And Duckbill.
Yeah. Now I want to make an immediate disclaimer. I'm not a big Grey Nature enthusiast in the sense of I know all the stuff. I know Isabel's decent in V. I know some of the stuff in V are still good. Big Belly, I know it inside and out because that's one deck I actually like to play. And then Premium can go really stupid really fast, and I'm actually impressed. But from a Big Belly perspective, some of these cards, like Duckbill especially, look very, very amazing because if something gets retired, Duckbill activates and retires itself to draw, which means you're drawing off of the thing that got retired because of Big Belly. You're drawing off of Duckbill's ability, and because Duckbill got retired, you're drawing again off of Big Belly.
It's a lot of plussing.
Oh, yeah. You can deck out very fast, but if you have all the resources in hand needed to go push, especially in Big Belly, and you meet those conditions of grade 3 in Soul and the necessary power, shit gets stupid fast. That video with the Chat Noir Big Belly is going to be hopefully coming out soon. Fuck me. Anyway. Moving on. Who is next? Is the big question. Yes. The ninjas. I'll grab Nubatama. You can have Murakumo. So, we're starting off with Nubatama. Actually, no, sorry, that's Grand Blue. Ignore me. You're going to be reading Grand Blue. I'm going to be reading Nubatama. I'm right on this one. The other one I messed up. Anyway, Nubatama. Fuck. Special Stealth Beast, Weasel Black. So we're getting more Weasel support on top of that. It's a grade 3, so Weasels finally get its own grade 3. A great unit prepped to lead the Special Stealth Beast. Gather your fellow Special Stealth Beast and launch a powerful attack. So the Weasel deck is going to get apparently very stupid. And then we got Platinum Blood Fox Bond Fox Spirit Tamamo. It's also a grade 3. Has a skill to transfer it into another unit when placed. Power up when you attack with a wide variety of Stealth Fiend units. So this can be honestly support for the Stealth Fiends we've currently seen in V-Clan Selection 1 and 2 because there's not much. So we'll see how it goes. Overall, not bad. Now that I'm thinking, I think this is Murakumo, so ignore my Nubatama statement. Because I think the Weasels are in Murakumo. Yeah, this is Murakumo.
This is payback for you laughing
Look,
earlier.
man, Nubatama and Murakumo, they have kind of a similar symbol, kind of.
It's all Dragon Empire to me.
It's Murakumo, because we got Covert Demonic Dragon Hayaki Vogue Reverse. Before I read this thing, Hayaki in V had the nifty ability of cannibals will discard a card and give 10k power to every single unit with his name. So multiple Hakis. And then Hyuga broke that because Hyuga said everything on the board is Hyuga. He said, okay, give everything that's my name 10, which means everything on the board get 10. So Hyuga was fun. But spawn a large number of Hayaki Vogue at the cost of locking your allies. Launches powerful attacks in combination with Covered Dragon Hayaki Vogue. So if you can get multiple Hayaki Vogues and stuff that can gain the names, and you use the old Hayaki Vogue and maybe even his ability, it's just like power, 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 punch.
That's a lot of ramp.
And it's still an Excel clan, so you got the multiple rear guards. Yeah, these are Excel protecting force clans like this.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I played Vimium, so some of this needs to be re-explained.
Yep, go for Grand Blue Protect clan.
These look cool.
Yep.
Dragon, Undead, Ghoul Dragon. Dragon.
Yep.
When it attacks, you can retire your opponent's rear guards. Oh.
Or assuming yes.
Also has the skills to support Negrobolt.
Yep, which is next card.
Witch Doctor of the Dead Sea, Negrobolt. The more cards you put into your drop zone during a single turn, the more power and shield you give all of your allies until the end of the next turn.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice. I like that. That's good prep. And then Ice Prison Hades Emperor Cocytus Reverse. At the end of the battle, your Ice Prison Necromancer Cocytus attacked. Lock your allies to ride this from drop. And it has a skill to sacrifice a rear guard to power up when it's attacked.
I love this for Grand Blue, but at the same time, I hate this just because Skull Dragons are still a thing. So if you are getting multiple Vanguard Swingers and Cocytus with Skull Dragons on the rear guard, that just means multiple drive checks that those Skull Dragons have crits on them, which means fuck me.
That's all sounds super dangerous. And I actually know how all of these work.
Oh my god, like I actually love this for Grand Blue, but at the same time, like, I want to see what it actually does. Ooh, shit. You get the Deep Police, I got the Link Joker.
That's Deep Police.
That is Deep Police.
Eternity Chaser, a grade 1. When rode upon, get the grade 3 you need in your hand. In addition, it also has skills that negate an opponent's rear guard's attacks.
Safe to say that Deep Police got all the necessary grade 1s from V-Clan selection in this, that they want to ride now. Oh my god.
This is cool. Endless Float, a grade 2. When rode upon, it gives your Vanguard power and powers up its attacks the turn you place a grade 3. So more grade 3 stuff.
Yep.
Original Saver 0, the grade 3 for the set. Itself and its enemies will all become 0. It has skills that weaken your opponent's power and something else. Also has skills when rode upon, so combine it with the previous grade 3s to master the power of the heroes of the old era.
I really want to see where this attack goes. Now, unfortunately, I haven't seen Different Fights' opinion about these cards. I want to really get to know them, but at the same time, I feel like I'm going to find out sooner or later very hard.
They look amazing.
The aesthetic of them, especially Zero, looks actually very beautiful. Like, Deep Elise was usually, big, giant robots, which fit the aesthetic, but this also is another side of Deep Elise that I really love.
I'm used to a Gundam theme. I didn't know that was Deep Police when I saw them.
Anyway, it's time for Link Joker, and to everybody's actual surprise, it's not Glendios. I'm going to assume Glendios comes in 4 and 5, 5 and 6 of V-Clan selection that are confirmed.
Yeah.
Because we're getting some reverse units. But nonetheless, we got some interesting support, and they're all Starvader, so more fuel for chaos. Mana shoots Starvader on Neon. It's a grade 1. Call it set from the drop at the start of your battle phase if your opponent has a locked card, so you don't have to waste too much cards in hand to build a board. Then you got Unrivaled Starvader Radon. You can call it from your drop zone for the same to the same column as your Starvader at the start of your battle phase. Has a skill to restrict guard when it attacks. Ooh. So it can either be a battle door effect, it can be a sentinel restrict, we don't know. But overall, if you prep your board correctly, you basically get 2 free units from your drop every single time.
Yeah, that sounds great. And guard restrict by default, good.
Exactly. And now the big boy himself, the unexpected but expected, I guess, because we'd all expect the Glendios, but this is also nice. I'm on it. Starvader Nebula Lord Dragon. My god, he is here. His art could have been a little bit better, honestly, but that's here, no there. Anyway, Lock rear guards at the expense of your allies. Some more reverse shindigs, which we've known. I wonder if I can combine this with Messiah now. Lock even if your opponent has no rear guards, which means you're going to be able to probably either lock from their drop, hand, or deck. Which, if they hit hand, they got to be careful. And offensive Star Raider that powers up Star Raiders by the number of your opponent's lock cards. We've seen this effect previously in Link of Joker. The more lock cards your opponent has, the more power certain units can gain. But from this description, basically means that the whole board is going to be gaining power, which in a Force Clan is already not too bad.
I think it'll work well with Radon because it calls itself from drop at the start of your battle phase. Nebula Lord's going to get rid of yours in order to lock rear guard. So I think that's where the combo is. And I actually have a counter. I like his art because it showcases the rings very well.
They could have been better.
I agree. It's not as dynamic as we're used to, especially for Link Joker.
It could have been better. Well, overall, I want to see where it goes. Anyway, I'll let you pick. You want flowers or you want fish?
Flowers.
Cool. I got fish then. We got more Bermuda support, and they're building on top of, I'm pretty sure they're building on top of the previous Fiend Clan Selection booster with the new Grade 3. The new Grade 3 in the first clan selection of V was rest itself, gain 2 force markers, do multiple things.
I remember this when it sounded amazing. I had never seen anything like it.
You look at the X number of cards from the top of your deck as the number of force markers you have, and you activate those trigger abilities, and then your Grade 2 and Grade 1, I believe, rear guards in the back row can swing if they have a force marker. It was an interesting card, but it sacrificed the Vanguard swing. And now, apparently, we're getting her upgrade. Before we look at her, let's look at the supports. We got Sparkling Soul Nikita. It's a Grade 1, power up by playing a lot of soul. Paying a lot of soul, sorry. Leave it to her during your opponent's turn. So apparently she's going to be a pretty decent beat stick as well as a good guard potential. So it will interesting to see how she gets played. Overlapping Electric Saria. She's a Grade 2 when you want to search for something she can help. My current prediction is that this is going to be a very amazing card for Highlander. But we'll see what happens whenever the card actually comes out. And now we have Explosive Die, Referade, Rock. So the original was just Referade. This is basically the reverse version, but without the reverse. Begin withdrawn.
Being withdrawn.
Oh, being. Sorry. Thank you. She longed for the stage of idols, but she is no longer the same girl. Light shines on the center stage. Raise the curtain on the stage where she plays the lead role. No idea what her ability is going to be.
That tells me absolutely nothing, but she looks good.
She's apparently going to be the main thing of the deck. Like, this is the end all be all. So we'll see what happens. To be fair,
those are some of my favorite units in the game.
One who never played Overlord.
That's a story for later. Anyway, moving on to Neo Nectar, we have Cherry Blossom Musketeer Augusto, a Grade 2, excels at being a guardian and an attacker. I've seen that effect a lot.
Yeah.
Draw while returning Musketeers to the deck. Ooh, that sounds fun.
You on.
Next, we have Deep Green Lord Master Wisteria, Grade 3, calls plant tokens and adds cards with the same name as your rear guards to your hand. Has a skill when it attacks to power up if you have a unit with the same name. That's a lot of stuff.
Now the big girl herself.
Thorn Lily. Oh man, we had comments on the podcast. Thorn Lily Musketeer Cecilia Reverse. A reverse unit that can do things as a rear guard and a vanguard. Call Cecilia from the deck and unleash chains of attacks. Then, by locking your front row rear guards, she does something.
Now, I want to point out, we actually recorded a deck with me and Musketeer. I don't remember if I posted it. I don't know if it needs to be still edited. Regardless, Cecilia is not in the deck for that one. And the Musketeer deck is really strong. Whenever the video comes out, you guys can look at it. But now we're going to have to make a Cecilia deck, apparently.
It sounds fun, honestly.
Overall, I want to see how she plays and interacts with her whole self. It's just good.
She just looks great. I hope she's as good as she looks.
Yes. Here, you can have your old classics.
You're right. Both of these are old classics, but Tier Knight Valeria.
Aquaforce, yes.
Aquaforce. Tier Knight, gave it away. Powers up the 4th attack or more. Then, if its attack hits, activates a skill, forcing your opponent to guard.
Oh, shit. Fuck that.
Oh, yes. I might be coming back. Cobalt Wave Dragon, a grade 3. Powers up every time your rear guard attacks. And even after a strong attack, switch the front and back rows to conduct a continuous attack. Ooh. And then the big boy. Could look better, but...
Yeah.
Blue Storm Karma Dragon Maelstrom Reverse. Fuck. Power up by locking allies every time your opponent guards. If the opponent guards your Vanguard's attack while you have a locked card...
Shit happens.
Shit happens. Resistance is futile. Make a choice. Sacrifice yourself or your friends.
Maelstrom is already a very annoying deck to fight against, not only because right now it has the original Maelstrom has the potential of getting restanding because of the new cards, getting all that pressure, and the second version of Maelstrom V is already annoying if you have a Maelstrom in Soul, because if you get a front trigger or gain power, you can only guard with one card at hand. Like, the deck is already annoying on its own, and it has one of Aquaforce is still one of the best clans in the grade 2 game. So the deck is honestly strong. There's stuff that can beat it, of course. That's why it's not super strong like Tier 0, but overall it can get really annoying really fast. I don't want to know what another Maelstrom can do.
As someone who loves Aquaforce, I love what I hear from all of this.
Anyway, we're moving on to Gear Chronicle, and let's see what new grade 4 they got. Oh wait, they didn't. So this is a very interesting turnabout for Gear Chronicle, a direction we did not expect us coming. Granted, that fucking Art of the Mill grade 2 unit is amazing, but outside of that, like Eric will agree with me, this was not foreseen in the future. So we got Steam Maiden support somehow, and we're gonna start off with Steam Maiden Iluru. Bind a grade 2 from hand to draw. Has a skill after attacking to swap with a grade 2 from your bind zone. Keep in mind, this theme's gonna go around. Steam Maiden Aluru. Bind a card from drop, and for each grade of the card, power up. So if you bind a grade 3, she gains decent amount of power, I'm gonna assume. Has a skill after attacking to swap with a grade 3 from your bind zone. And now we have Steam Maiden Elul. Grade 3. At the end of the battle, your Steam Maiden attacked. Swap that unit with a unit from your bind zone with grade +1. Connect the attacks of the grade 0 Steam Maiden Uluru with the attacks of Luru and Aluru. Jesus Christ, these names. And yes, there goes the poster.
Uluru, Iluru, Uluru, and Elul.
We'll put it up later. Anywho, this was not expected.
This looks so fun.
Depending on how it's made, I'm honestly hoping this is restricted behind once per turn abilities. Because if it's not, it can get very out of hand. Because if it's what it's actually describing, you start with your grade 0 heal trigger.
This is
on a force marker that's already a 15k attacker. I think if she's a 5k. Regardless, that's still an attacker that can hit the Vanguard. And if this is true, you're gonna have a 0-0, a 1-1, a 2-2, a 3-3, and then a Vanguard swing. That is 7 attacks in a turn in Gear Chronicle with force markers, and I don't know what else. So I really want to see where they take it, because this can easily get broken, and I want to play it.
Oh, yeah, same.
Eric, we might be doing a mirror match.
They might bring me into premium, depending on what they do. Vimium.
Anyway, pick your poison. You want oracles or you want the demons?
I can do oracles.
Go for it.
Oh, it's witches.
Yes.
Citrine Witch Mumu, grade 1.
You got the easiest part of the names now.
Oh, yeah. Thank God. Draw a card when wrote upon by a witch unit. Also, rest it to add witch cards from the top of your deck to your hand. And next up, we have a grade 2 Jade Witch Titi.
My language is say tete.
Tete?
But TT is also works.
It's something. When discarded from hand, if your Vanguard is a witch, you call it. And then Sentinels in your hand can be used effectively when guarding, can be used to handle Sentinel restrict attacks.
Overall interesting buff.
Nifty. And then we have, okay, you lied. There's a hard word there. Benetoit.
What the fuck?
Benetoit Witch Yo-Yo. When rode upon, either call it as a rear guard or get a protect. And then if your Vanguard is a witch, it can change into another witch to make additional attacks.
Oh, this is going to be stupid fast.
That sounds fun.
That sounds really fun. The witch deck has always been interesting with the way it just juggles protect markers left and right. But at the same time, it was never super powerful. I remember Alex actually in Anaheim with his Valkyrian deck faced against the witch and came down, was probably one of his worst matchups because they can just make as many protect markers as they need.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that impressive. Props to the witch player, by the way. But now, with the way V clan selection cards are being made and their potential, I want to see where this deck goes. This can be very good.
I kind of like Yo-Yo's art.
Anyway, last fucking card of V clan selection. We have Dark Irregular, and the boy Ammon is actually back. We actually thought he would not be back because of some restrictions regarding rights and arts and I don't know what else. But hey, apparently they fixed that, or maybe even it wasn't a thing at all. And he's back, and I don't need to be lectured in the comments. Just leave it at that. We got Ammon's follower, Pugenil. Ginlin. Pugenlin. Whatever. Put a card from both players' hands into the soul to draw a card. Then increase power with more cards in your opponent's soul. So now it's actually working with your opponent's soul. So against certain matchups, this can be good or bad.
I mean, if you're actually eating a card from hand to put in soul, like no other
I don't
plus,
care if you're against certain opponents. If you're giving them the soul resource, that's bad.
Giving them their mechanic for free is not ideal.
Exactly. Then you got Ammon's like against Genesis. Jesus Christ, you're making the worst mistake of your life. Anyway, ooh, that might be the matchup. Anyway, Ammon's follower Ron Ginlin. Thank you. When plays Soul Charge, depending on the circle of your opponent, depending on the choice of your opponent, Soul Charge some more. Oh, so your opponent has a choice. Ooh, it's like Zirconium, I think its name in Star Vader, where you choose where to lock, and then depending on front row or back row, it's either front row lock or back row draw a card and gain 10k.
Oh,
Yeah.
nifty.
So it could be very similar to that.
Interaction.
Yes. Get more power and shield the more soul your opponent has. And then Demon World
Marquee.
Ammon. As the king burns everything from the heavens to earth. That's it. Has super powerful skill to put opponent's hand and riggers into the soul, and then power up a lot depending on the number of both you and your opponent's soul. This is sounding a lot like Pale Moon a little bit, but at the same time, like Ammon was all about his soul count, gaining more power of his soul. It's just now it's forcing your opponent to have more soul. So depending on, like I said, you're facing as Genesis, you're going to be strong, but at the same time, you're giving them what they want.
It's going to be a hard matchup, yeah.
So certain matches are going to be fun, certain matches are going to be hard. Well, I want to see where this goes, because Bladewing kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're at the 40-minute mark. We've actually covered all of the nifty cards. Hopefully next week there's not going to be as many, but that's not where we're ended. Before we have to actually go to the next segment, if you're interested in buying any cards that we just mentioned, go check out Triple Sleeve TCG. They got great deals on cases, clan splits, product, you name it. Link will be down in the description. There's also a fun video coming soon. Anyway, yes, news, shit, and stuff like that. Yes?
Nothing. It's a lot of fun to listen to you talk.
Yes. Anyway, regarding news, there's not much news to talk about. The Vanguard community, for the most part, is the same. No new big announcements. There's only one that everybody already knows about, and we're going to give our 2 cents on the premium ban list. Anyway, we're going to start off, and I got Connor here as a very nifty conversation person on all of these.
I have some opinions, don't worry.
We're going to go just real quick through them. So here's first what's restricted in Plenium of you can only use one of these. The choice restrictions. Ba-da-bum-bum. Of course, Ultimate Overtrigger is very much logical. It's an interesting hit, and it's, in my opinion, a really good hit because it got really stupid really fast. Then for Bermuda, you see we have the choice restriction between Fina and Potpourri. Apparently, there was a very infinite combo here because Fina would enable the fact that you could hit, and she has a very good on-hit ability. And of course, next to them, we see the Dark Irregular hit that everybody knew was coming the second the card got announced with Dantarian and Ashurada. Because who needs a 52 Vanguard at all times on the defensive step?
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah. And last on the choice restrictions, the big three, in the sense of in Pale Moon, we got a choice restriction, and you can only play one of these. You can't play the other two because of it, of Trapezes, Jill, and Periton, which is very much understandable. Whenever Jumping Jill got first hinted, not even announced, just hinted, she was already choice restricted with another card in Pale Moon. I'm pretty sure it was Trapezist because of the infinite loop she was going to introduce. And the card art wasn't even announced back then. They knew immediately there was going to be a problem. Periton was just added to the whole thing now. Pretty sure.
Okay.
So yeah. And then we have a big addition to the you can't play this card at all list.
Yeah, some of these were very interesting.
We're gonna go, I don't know how I lay the pictures at editing, so they can be here, they can be there, I don't know. We're gonna go from left to right on our side. And of course, starting with two very interesting cards that came out of the same set with Zarzan and Tempest Sphere. Both of them are no longer legal to play in Premium. Understandable, Zarzan was hit really early in the day whenever people started finally realizing its potential. It got restricted to 1, but now it's completely gone. And Tempest Sphere got hit as well, which is a more sad hit for a lot of Premium players just because of the thing that it actually brought, but at the same time, it's very understandable. We're going to give more opinions once we go through all this. Then we got Shadow Paladin. You can no longer use Bending Premium, which is again very understandable. We'll get to that here in a bit. And last on this picture, we have Taro for Genesis, the Stand Trigger. Do you know what Taro did?
I had flashbacks when I heard Stand Trigger, so no, I don't know what Taro
So
did.
Taro is a Stand Trigger, so that's one thing already. But her ability is also the fact that when she's Soul Blasted, you can pay her cost to put her to the bottom of the deck and restand one of your rear guards.
What?
Yes. So it's a Stand Trigger that has a stand ability when she's Soul Blasted. So you can see how fast that can get broken.
So you're basically guaranteed the stand for having her in your deck.
In your soul even, yeah. Then we got to the next page of units. We start with Nubatama and Jamia Congo, which honestly, sure. It's very understandable because in Nubatama especially, like forcing your opponent to start their turn with 4 cards in hand regardless of their hand size, what it was, is very hard. And even when you start your turn, they go down to 4. Depending on what you ride, it's game's done.
Yeah, no.
Luckily, back in the day, I say, they already hit it with Rene. You know what Rene did, right? No? Okay,
name's
cool.
familiar.
He reduced your hand at the beginning of the turn to 4. Rene was a Nubatama Stride of Shiranui that said, hey, grab 2 cards out of your hand, call into rearguard, and attack you. So your hand went from 4 to 2, and now 2 units were attacking. Thankfully, they stopped that before it could happen too much.
I remember that. Okay.
But there's some interesting combos, and now there's just less of them. And for Murakumo, Nuedaio got hit. Not surprised there. Card's stupid.
This one I don't know.
The other Murakumo, I'll go through all of them and then explain all of them. Tamba also got hit from Murakumo because of some interesting infinite loops. And then Zinc got hit. Which nobody saw expecting, but at the same time can understand.
Yeah. Okay.
Last little bit of units, as everybody wanted. Yes, Gastil Daimos got hit. Next to him also got hit Visible Songster, which introduced a very interesting combo in Pale Moon, but at the same time very understandable why she got hit. And Troyes got hit as well. You can no longer play her. So, to kind of help Connor and to help anybody else who might not know, from the top, do you know what Zazan did?
I do not.
Okay, Zazan basically just said, hey, I got placed Soul Blast 1, call 2 units that have no abilities, something like that. Honestly, even I forgot. Basically, it got very stupid very fast. Okay, so when play Soul Blast 1 and call up to 2 units that have no auto continuous abilities from your hand to rearguard, and if you call 2 cards, turn up 1 Cyclone from your G zone and draw 2 cards.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
It
That
made-
makes sense.
Yeah, it enabled GB1. Cyclone was a stupid card for vanilla units. Overall, the reason it got hit is because a lot of other decks used him to get GB1 and start doing stupid shit fast. Tempest Sphere is the exact same thing in the sense of activating GB1. It flipped a G unit face up for its cost. For a Counterblast, looked at top 7 and added a vanilla unit to your hand. So,
Anytime that's a thing, it's gonna break. I remember G. I
Yes.
remember how fast that kind of stuff could have made it.
So both of these cards were just GB1 enablers that kind of sped up the game and changed premium. Them getting hit is, in my opinion, very understandable. Yes, there was a Crown Mental deck that got very stupid fast. But for the most part, Zazen just enabled every other deck to go stupid.
Yeah, that's
There was actually a OTT deck that could, on its first turn, on its first swing, hit fucking huge numbers and 5 crits. I'm not even joking, just because Zazen existed.
jeez.
Granted, Calico Cat was a thing that enabled it as well, but at the same time, Zazen was there to help.
Yeah, you have half an engine, you can still go.
Bendy is a VR card that just enabled Jump Ride for PBD.
Oh, I remember Bendy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's understandable
fine,
why
yeah.
she got hit in premium. And then I already told you about Taro, the nifty thing. Because she, in most decks, she just, certain cards on attack could Soul Blast, so she would go back to the deck and restand them. And then certain abilities would Soul Charge her back in. And then you just swing with the same unit, Soul Blast her again and restand. So it just enabled a lot of infinite stupidity.
And it's Genesis, so she's gonna hit Soul at some point.
I already told you about Jingle Congo. Nua Dio was a multi-attack extender. Honestly, I'm going to read his full ability because he got very stupid very fast. In G-Zone Act ability, if you have 5 or more units with the same card name, you may... and your in Vanguard is grade 3, you can Soul Blast 1, stride this card on your Vanguard from face down. And for the battle that this unit attacked, in the turn your opponent call from hand, the Guardian Circle has to call 5 cards or more at the same time, I believe. It's only for his attack, but still.
5 cards?
His first ability wasn't that impressive. Its second ability, why people didn't want it, not only because I'll explain the full thing, and yes, we're going into an hour. His other ability is when it attacks, turn a card from your G-Zone face up, stand all of your rear guards with the same card name as one of your rear guards.
Okay. Yeah, no, that tracks.
V-era Merc, this was the premium collection that tried to introduce strides that would make V-Mium decks premium capable. Mm-hmm. In V-era, you had a deck called Hyuga that for a Counterblast made everything on the board his name. Which means if everything on the board is his name, you can pay the Soul Blast, stride Nue, swing with all your rear guards, swing with the Vanguard, restand all your rear guards, swing with all your rear guards again. So you can get really stupid in the Cell Clan, and if your opponent gave you CB, not only did Hyuga, but also could do Hayaki, that gave everything
which
10k.
we just talked about. That's right. Ooh.
So yeah, immediately this card was a problem and nobody liked it. Tamba has an interesting effect that if an attack on the board does not hit, you choose a normal unit from your drop zone, put it to the bottom of your deck, and it gains 3k until the end of turn. That on itself was a good ability, but it comboed off with another card that called that card to went to the bottom, back to rear guard. So you just did this weird ass fucking loop of multi-attack.
Well, that sounds cool, but understandable.
And then Zinc is just a counter charge 2, soul charge 2.
I remember Zinc.
Yeah. So her getting hit is very interesting. I kind of agree with it, but at the same time, it's like, all right. Do you know about Gastile?
Yeah, I know about Gastile. That was the only one I could actually comment on.
So yeah, Gastile again is very understandable why he got hit. And then you have Visible Songstress. She just basically enabled premium decks in Pale Moon to go very stupid, very fast on the first grade 3 turn, and then not even give your opponent a chance to stride. Because it would be basically, because her ability is when you on Vanguard, when your unit attack while boosted, Cannibal Someone put 2 rear guards into your soul and call a card from your soul to rear guard. So it became a very shenanigan of this column's gonna boost, gonna suck those up, put this out, this is gonna call something else, this column's gonna. It very became much of a multi-attack shenanigan.
Trapeze act.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then of course Troy's just basically enabled Jump Ride, Riviera bullshit with Riviera Stride.
Oh, Jump Ride. Said enough.
Yes. Jump Stride even.
Oh, okay.
Her ability actually says Stride in the effect as well.
Oh, it does.
So yes, so a lot of these cards are very understandable. Now, damn it, didn't want to do that. All right, we're gonna put there. Anyway, overall opinions, mine, and then I'm gonna give. I want to hear yours as someone who's not much in. Oh yeah, sorry. One more thing. They introduced a new rule in Premium. If you stand a unit that has drive checks on rearguard with a stand trigger, that unit can no longer do drive checks.
Balanced.
Yes, because Division Token and Valkyria were doing some stupidity. You can run a 16 stand trigger deck with Vision Tokens, and it just goes bum bada bum bada bum bada bum bada bum bada bum.
This was a conversation I had even before I stopped playing V because of the Vision Tokens.
Yep. So yeah, overall opinion. I'm okay with this. I actually love the way they did this. It's not hitting any deck too much. It's hitting stuff that definitely is a problem. People that like these cards, I'm sorry they got hit, unfortunately. But overall, it makes me excited to actually jump back into Premium.
Having most of these re-explained to me, given how old some of them are, it's understandable. I actually agree. I think this is a very good choice. Nothing got hit too many times, which is nice. One or two cards here you can completely come back from. And nobody likes infinite loops. Nobody likes stopping 8 attacks per turn from the same rear guard.
No, I don't have much
Jump
experience.
rides.
Exactly. I don't have much experience in Premium, so I can't comment too much on it. But from what I've heard and what I've understood from other people talking to me, Premium has turned almost into a game of, I'm not going to give you any CB until I can get to a point where I know I can either cripple you or kill you instantly. Because if I give you CB, then you're doing your thing, and then I'm in danger.
Yeah.
That's a very, very rough description, and I'm pretty sure it's not the only way Premium was played. Like, took my word on it, I don't have much experience, but that's just one point of view that I've been hearing a lot.
Well, seeing what these combos are, that would definitely make sense. Having these explained to me again.
Like, Tempest Sphere was a good example. People played Tempest Sphere because they wanted their GB1 abilities active. But the only way you can do Tempest Sphere is by Counterblast 1. And the only way to gain Counterblast before was to play Bobo or have some sort of effects, or to let your opponent hit. But if they were damage down, you couldn't. And now with V-Clan Selection 1 and 2 introducing Heal Guardians that on place, if you don't have damage, you get a damage.
Okay.
I can completely understand why Tempest Sphere is getting hit, because that combo alone is just enabling GB1 immediately and causing a lot of problems everywhere.
Okay, I forgot about the heals. That makes a lot more sense.
So yeah, overall it's just good. I feel like the what they did for this, and even for V, the whole 8 crits, 8 draws, 8 fronts. I hope we mentioned that.
You did last time.
Okay. Overall, I love what they're doing, and they're understanding how the game runs. And one comment that you made while we were reading the new V-Clan Selection cards, or their descriptions, a whole power and shield, I feel like they're doing the right thing with that. Because certain decks need more shield, certain decks need more power, but you got to be careful. Every time you have a power creep, if there's no way to stop it, you're suffering. And that was one of the problems in G era and even V era. Like, the shield values never got up. G Guardians were probably one of the best things introduced.
I remember in G having that problem.
So yeah, them increasing and giving more units not only power but also shield value, or ways to defend. I think they're understanding how the game is needing to go, in what direction.
They're very healthy changes. The updates for the rules and restrictions, and power creep. I've experienced power creep. I've played Vanguard for like 6 years. Come on.
I mean, just the jumping Jill, Periton, and all without restrictions just needs to make sense immediately. You have a card that says choose. I can't read that.
Yeah, I was going to be real interested for a second.
I was going to attempt to read that, but I can't really read that. Basically, people that play Pale Moon and people that have a little bit of knowledge about Pale Moon wouldn't know the stupidity of that combo with jumping Jill and trapezist and all that. Regardless, we're going to leave that there. That was it for the premium ban list and our little opinion of it. Like I said, I'm actually going to be very interested in playing premium myself soon. Going to rebuild that Messiah deck. I forgot to mention this earlier while we were talking about leaks, but next Tuesday, or in a couple of days for us, we're getting the stream is going to be introducing some Amano Shindo as the new assistant of the program, which is going to be interesting. Featuring more information on Vanguard Overdress Season 2 that's starting here in a bit. The pre-cool episode, I think, is actually airing Monday.
Oh.
And introducing product information about Awakening Chicken.
I forgot you called it that. Okay. That's the biggest one for me.
Yeah, boost set 4. So we're going to see what that new information is. Outside of that, that's been it for most of the news, most of the reveals, most of the stuff that happened. Other than that, we just also got some nifty information that Connor's wife, the character that's playing the deck, is also blind, which I did not know.
And a streamer.
Yes, which is very interesting. I like that character development already. But yes, here's the whole information about Season 2 prequel episode 13 overall. And if it's a prequel episode by its nature, it's going to be a recap of Season 1. If it's a prequel episode to set up Season 2, there might be some new content. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe I could have read that better.
I'm looking forward to it either way.
But before we end the episode, it's already gone an hour. We got to do the thing I said we're going to do. We got to do.
Oh, what's over there?
We got to do the giveaway. Connor, check your phone.
I'm working on it.
Ah. I'm surprised that screen has not broken yet. Anywho, I compiled a set of comments here. I didn't much look through them. Some I took out because they were nonsensical comments. Some I kept because I laughed at them. These comments are from 3 specific videos. From the stream, not the live chat. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry for people that commented in the live chat and then comment actually on the video. There's way too much live chat to go through. Again, I apologize. So, whoops. The Derpstorm video versus Orphist and the Expecta video versus Zorka.
Yeah.
Now, we got a bunch of names. And like I said in the live stream and in the video where I announced this, you guys really went crazy on that video, by the way. There's going to be 3 winners. Before we do these, I have one winner already right here. There's 4 names. I did a gag in Expecta versus Zorka. And when I did that gag, at first it was meant to be just a gag. And then I said to myself, if anybody points out this gag, they're going to be put in a special pool of winners.
I remember that.
You know the gag?
Yep.
Yep. So these are the 4 comments that I've seen. Maybe other comments hinted at it, but they were not too... If you weren't straight enough to where I couldn't figure it out, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. But there's 4 people right here that have a chance to win the dice set and the counters. Connor, do you want to do the honors?
I want to do this one.
All right, let's see which one of those 4 that pointed out the gag got to win. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to even let you because they're a little bit transparent. All right, pick one.
Where am I going? There we go. Don't comment on that.
These 3, thank you for pointing it out. I'm sorry you did not win. Hey!
Hey, Arlo. Arlo, I'm going to request your assistance with that one.
All right, congratulations to the first winner, Arlo Tomaso. If I butchered the name, I'm very sorry, man. he actually made a double comment on someone else's comment, so that was like a 1 in 4 chance. But still, congratulations. We'll figure out how to get in touch. I have actually not figured out how to make sure you guys get in touch. So yeah, we'll figure out how to get in touch and all that. We'll do that on the side. If you guys can message us through Facebook or something of that matter, that probably will be the best. Maybe even through Discord if you guys are on Discord. But yeah, there's 1 winner. Now we get to pick 2. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I don't want to drop from the hat because I don't know if it's shuffling enough. So I'm going to do something that I thought was going to be a good gag.
You pulled a me.
Yeah. I got my 1 winner. Everybody else, to the side. Like, these are a lot of comments. Like, I'm not even joking. That's
Yeah,
a
there
lot
are
of
a ton
fucking
of them.
comments. You guys went bullshit.
I was impressed when I saw the sheer
All right.
number.
Connor, our second winner. You can also read the name and the comment, please.
Jerome or Jeremy? One of those 2? I think it's Jerome.
It's all going to be on the screen, but
Love seeing both of my favorite decks fight against each other.
I don't remember.
I don't remember which video that was from.
I think that was the Orphist versus Derp. No, probably versus Expecta versus Orga.
I was kind of hoping that was it because I love both of those decks too.
Well, there we go. And then the last winner, we got Alan Dubois. Sweet! I can't wait for the set to come out in Japan so I can get the cards and practice early. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll remember. Actually, there's Arlo. Right? Yeah, there's Arlo. So yeah, congratulations to those 3 winners. We're going to get in touch somehow, hopefully, maybe. If for some reason I can't get in touch with one of them, someone new is going to be picked from this little nifty pile, and you're going to get the nifty announcement or comment or text or however the fuck I'm going to get in touch. Yes, I've planned this. I've planned this a lot. Not really.
Planned it, just not well.
No. We'll see if we do more giveaways. Wink,
Congratulations, everybody.
But yeah, there we go. We got our 3 winners. We got a nifty hour episode where we talk about V-Clan selection mostly. Next week, we're going to hopefully talk more about Shaman King and whatever comes out. But with that, we got to end this episode here. Connor, any last minute thoughts?
For someone who doesn't play Vimium and Premium, I'm very excited for what they're getting.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, I'm probably going to be coming back to Premium with Messiah, try to rebuild that, see how it goes. Not Messiah the leader. I tried that once. Please no. It's a good deck, but please no.
I've never thought of that. That sounds... Never mind. That's for
I'll explain
another
it later.
video.
Anyway, we're going to end this episode here. Episode 122. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Excuse me. Anyway, if you like the video, please leave a like. Share with your friends. Comment down below when there's no giveaway right now yet. But just comment down below what you think about the new V-Clan selection 3 and 4. Other than that, if you like the channel, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel and ring that bell to get notified. And this is going to be the new hard part because I added it. Other than that, if you follow us on Facebook, join our Discord, watch us on Twitch, or what do you do for Twitter?
Tweet us?
Or tweet at us. That works. So I got to add it to the spiel. So yeah. Or tweet at us at our Twitter. But for the most part, that's been it. I've been Philip.
I've been Connor.
And we'll see you in the next one. Woo!
I hope they know I actually do go read all of their comments.
I mean, I do read all the comments. Sir, there's a nifty app.
We added Twitter.
Shut up, Hector!